How to knit the brick stitch knitting pattern. Hi everyone, Norman here. Today I want to show you how to knit this beautiful brick stitch pattern in 2 colors. It's a very simple 6-row repeat, U offset with every repeat. I already showed you this pattern in my most recent mosaic tutorial on my main YouTube channel, but I thought you'd appreciate going through the pattern a little bit more slowly here together. Let's show you how to knit this super popular mosaic knitting pattern together. You will need 2 skeins of yarn in 2 nice contrasting colors, and we are gonna start casting on with the color that's going to be the border of our little brick stitch pattern. You can pick any cast on you like, but I will do a long tail cast on. And you need to cast on multiples of 6 plus 2 selvage stitches plus 1. So this means I will cast on 18 stitches. I want to fit in 3 repeats plus 4 selvage stitches plus 1. So that's 23 stitches with a standard long tail cast on. You could also do a German twisted cast on, a knitted cast on, the thumb method or e-cast on, however you want to call it. It really doesn't matter. Just pick whatever you like, but I think a long tail cast on is a good idea. And once you cast on the desired number of stitches, I did 23, you can turn around and we can start knitting across the wrong side. The long tail cast on already creates the first row in the same breath, so we are here on the long tail, on the wrong side, and we are gonna start with 2 selvage stitches in garter stitch, so knit across these. And then the repeat for the wrong side will be purl 1, yarn over, and then purl 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then purl 1, yarn over. So it's always 6 purl stitches followed by a yarn over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, yarn over, and then another 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then another yarn over, followed by 2 selvage stitches, and those are gonna be in garter stitch, so we will knit them. And now that we finished this row, we can turn our work around, and now it's time to join in a new color. You can do this any way you like, but I just tie a little knot here around my working yarn, slide this all the way to the base of the last stitch, and then just pick up my new working yarn like that. But if you prefer to join in the yarn any other way, then please do that. The repeat for our first right side row is very simple. We start with 2 selvage stitches in garter stitch, just 2 knit stitches, and then the repeat is always here. When you come across the yarn over, drop that and slip the next stitch. This will elongate this stitch a little bit, and that is working as intended. And then you knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you should come across the next yarn over, drop that, slip the next stitch purlwise with yarn held in the back, elongate that stitch, and knit 5. Here, next yarn over, drop the yarn over, slip the next stitch purlwise with yarn held in back, and then knit another 5 stitches. And here is another little yarn over, drop that, slip that last stitch, and then knit the last 2 selvage stitches. From here, turn around, and we are gonna knit across row number 4 4 in the orange yarn again, but you may consider crossing the yarns anyway. So you trap the blue color here in between the working yarn and the project. Don't have to do that, but sometimes my tail here is trapped as well. We don't want that. And then start this row with our 2 little selvage stitches in garter stitch, slip 1 purlwise with yarn held in back and knit 5 across the whole row. Super simple. So this is the basic rule for mosaic knitting. On the right side you always slip the stitches you can't knit or in the other color with yarn held in back, and on the wrong side you slip them with yarn held in front. Knit the last 2 selvage stitches. From here turn around again, and we are gonna knit in the same across in the same pattern 1 more row. So knit the 2 selvage stitches, slip with yarn held in front, and then knit 5. Slip 1, knit 5. Very easy and sort of intuitive. You can just stick to knitting all the stitches in the same color and slipping the stitches in the other color. No need to count stitches if you ask me. From here turn around, and now we can pick up color A again. Make sure to do it in a way that you trap color B here in between working yarn and needle, and then just knit across this row. This row will conclude our first repeat. So this row is just knit stitches, and after it you will truly see the pattern emerge. So it's gonna be, or you probably already see that it's gonna be super pretty despite being remarkably simple to knit. Knit across. So let's appreciate this a little bit. Isn't this beautiful? From here turn your work around again, and we are gonna knit across the wrong side, and we are gonna start with another repeat. And now you could purl 1 and add, oops, I split the yarn here, purl 1 and add a yarn over here. But we are not gonna do this because we want to offset our bricks here in the next repeat. So we are gonna place them here after the middle stitch. So this means here I knitted my 2 selvage stitches, purled 4, and then I add my yarn over, and then I will purl 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should be here in the middle, or after, sorry, 1 stitch here after the middle of the next brick, and then you add another yarn over and knit 6, purl 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, purl another and purl to the edge and knit the last 2 stitches. From here we can turn around, and now you can pick up the orange color again. Make sure to twist the yarn. Make sure to twist, so the blue yarn should here in between working yarn and knitting needle. Knit the 2 selvage stitches, and now you're gonna knit across the row, and just like before, whenever you hit one of these yarn overs, you drop the yarn over and slip the next stitch purlwise with yarn held in back. Knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop yarn over, slip this stitch purlwise with yarn held in back, and then knit 5. oops, drop the yarn over, slip, and knit all the way to the edge. The next 3 rows are gonna be super simple. So you always knit across and you slip all stitches in the blue yarn, and if you're on the wrong side you slip them with purlwise with yarn held in back, and if you're on the right side you slip them with yarn held in the back. So very, very simple actually. I mean, you will see, or I added the pattern for your convenience, but you actually don't even need to look at it. Turn around, and again just knit across, and as I said here, just slip the blue stitches with yarn held in the back, or the way to think of it is with yarn held on the wrong side. Always purlwise with yarn held on the wrong side in mosaic knitting. That's the very simple rule, and knit across, turn around again, and then knit across one more time. So this is just simple garter stitch. The resulting pattern, the brick stitch pattern, obviously looks very stunning, very, very complicated, but actually it is not, and I think that's the reason why this pattern is so famous and popular, because it's very easy to knit. Okay, turn around. Make sure that you turn around with the yarn held at the bottom, and then pick up the blue yarn, or color A again, trap color B, and then we knit across the full row. And now you've done the whole repeat. From here it's rinse and repeat. So as I said, very simple. So this last row in the repeat is just knit stitches. Knit stitches, just like this. Isn't this beautiful? And from here you can start with our row number 1 one more time. So just to repeat here, oops, split the yarn, selvage stitches, purl 1, yarn over, and then purl 6. That was our setup row. Purl 6, always difficult when talking. Purl 6, yarn over, and then purl another 6 stitches. That's 4. 1, 2, purl, and then purl another 6 stitches. Did I lost count here? 3, 3, no. And then knit the selvage stitches, turn around, pick up the orange color again, and knit across, drop yarn over, slip 1, knit across until you hit the next yarn over. It's gonna be here, drop the yarn over, slip. So you will, from here on, you can just repeat the pattern over and over again. Oops. Over and over again, and create this beautiful, beautiful brick stitch pattern. So I've knitted across another repeat to show you the result. This is just so beautiful. One little note here. I always edit these yarn overs before the stitches to be slipped. Some patterns don't. I'm a tight knitter and I find adding these yarn overs creates a pattern that is a little bit more balanced, where these ridges don't contract all that much. But some people don't. Barbara G. Walker, who first popularized this pattern, always added these yarn overs or wraps. She actually did 3 wraps. I think a yarn over is fine for me, but toy around with it. If you think these stitches end up being too loose after blocking, that's the important bit. Mosaic patterns should always be blocked to truly shine. If you notice that these stitches are a little bit too loose, then don't add the yarn overs, and if you feel they are actually still too tight, then you might want to add a double yarn over. Anyway, that's how to knit the brick stitch pattern. I really hope you understand how this basic pattern works. It's very simple and it's something to truly have fun with. For example, you could switch things up and do the mortar here in garter stitch and do the bricks in stockinette stitch. And you can also do smaller or bigger bricks. So the bricks could also just be 3 stitches wide, or they could be 7 or 9 stitches wide. As I said, you could have these bricks all align, or you could offset them. So this is really up to you and your creativity, and of course you can join in different colors. So you could knit this row here in, say, in this orange tone, then here do a purple, then a green, and whatever you prefer. So you could knit this in more than just 2 colors, but you only need 1 color at a time. And last but not least, here I did a garter stitch selvage. That's how it looks here on the other side. You could also do a stockinette stitch selvage. That's what I did for this swatch here. This is how the stockinette stitch selvage looks. I think they all have their pros and cons. And this is really something you might want to toy around with. Test different kind of selvages, especially if you want to knit this flat. If you want to knit this in the round, then do visit my blog and read the description, because I put the repeat for knitting this in the round there as well. You obviously don't need these selvage stitches then, and you can omit this last stitch here as well. Anyway, like this video if you enjoyed watching, comment with your questions and your feedback, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Happy knitting and enjoy the rest of your day!